Suge Knight has spent most of his adult life flouting the law, but now it seems authorities have finally caught up with the iconic hip-hop producer. And as a result, Knight may spend the rest of his life behind bars. Back in 2015, Knight allegedly murdered Terry Carter in a hit-and-run incident that took place on the set of the film Straight Outta Compton. On Thursday, he accepted a plea deal that will require him to serve 28 years in prison. The 53-year-old former Death Row Records exec will receive credit for the 3.5 years that has already served while awaiting trial. He will also be forced to serve 3.5 years probation after his release, which may come as late as 2043. Knight's sentence, unusually lengthy for a manslaughter charge, is partially the result of a 1996 incident in which he brutally beat Tupac Shakur.
Sources say it was an emotional scene in the courtroom this week, as members of Carter's family were on hand for the proceedings. "It will never be a win to the family," said Carter's youngest daughter, who wore a pendant honoring her father. "Can't bring my dad back." In January of 2015, Knight pulled into the parking lot of Tam's Burgers in Compton, where the NWA biopic was being filmed. Sources say Knight intended to confront Dre,
Ice Cube and other producers over what he felt was an unfair portrayal of him in the film. Knight later sped from the scene, striking 2 men with his car in the process. While one made a full recovery, Carter later died from his injuries. Knight has maintained that Carter and his associate were trying to kill him. What followed was a lengthy trial that Carter's daughter has described as a circus. At one point, Knight's bail was set at $25 million, a sum his lawyers called a farcical mockery of the justice system. Eventually, Knight's bail was revoked altogether as the court deemed him a flight risk. In February, Knight was rushed to a hospital after pleading guilty and suffering what his lawyers described as a stress-related coronary event while in court. He has now changed his plea to guilty, presumably on the advice of his lawyers. Knight founded the wildly successful Death Row Records alongside Dr. Dre in 1991. Despite his incredible success producing artists such as Tupac and Snoop Dogg, Knight quickly became better known for his criminal activity than for his music.
What do you think about it? Share your opinion in the comments below the video. And also subscribe to the channel not to miss new, interesting videos.